We've got to keep this rolling faster than a Tory U-turn, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for our next speaker.
Please welcome the leader of the Liberal Democrats, Mr. Tim Farron.
Woo!
Afternoon all. Well, we're here today and we are defiant. We're defiant about two things. First of all, we are defiant against those who would seek us to be afraid after what happened last Wednesday. We are here protected by outstanding police officers to whom we are enormously grateful. We need to remember those people who attack us, whether it be the murder of Joe Cox or the appalling death and murder of Keith Palmer this Wednesday and the others who died on that bridge just yards away from us here. Those people who hate us, they hate our democracy, they hate our freedom, they hate our way of life, they hate our liberty, they hate our love of country, they hate our peace. We need to make sure that our response is not to have less of those things, but to have more of those things. So we stand in defiance at that attack. But we also stand in defiance because we do not buy the argument that democracy ended at 10 p.m. on the 23rd of June last year. We believe that another consequence is possible. Look, if you were the Prime Minister and you were respecting the result of a referendum that was very close to being a dead heat, then you would pursue a consensual Brexit. You would perhaps pursue exit from the EU, but retention of our membership of the single market. Now let's remember that Nigel Farage, bless him, has spent the last 20 years going around Europe saying, let's be more like Norway and Switzerland. What are Norway and Switzerland? Out of the EU, in the single market. Therefore, Theresa May has just made Nigel Farage look like a moderate. She has chosen the most extreme version of Brexit, the most divisive version of Brexit, a version of Brexit that does not unite our country but divides our country. And we are here to say respectfully, peacefully, democratically, this is not over. We know that this week Article 50 will be triggered. We know that that is the equivalent of jumping from an aeroplane without a parachute. But all the same, we know that the future of this country is one that can be won back for those people who believe in an outward-looking, progressive, positive country. They believe that our place at the heart of Europe is something we should not give away lightly. We believe that that deal that is being stitched up in the modern-day equivalent of smoke-filled rooms in Westminster and principally in Brussels, to be imposed on the British people will be the worst assault and affront to democracy imaginable. You don't know what that deal will look like. I don't know what that deal will look like. Theresa May doesn't know what that deal will look like. And David Davis hasn't got a clue. And lost sound. By the way, David Davis against Guy Verhofstadt. Guy Verhofstadt will eat him for breakfast, but that's beside the point. But those people have chosen that extreme version of Brexit. They have chosen a deal that we don't even know the outcome of yet. How can we expect it to limp on into a deal with Europe that will last for the next 2 or 3 generations without having the foggiest idea what it is? And in the end, somebody will sign off that final deal. Will it be the politicians or should it be the people? Of course, it should be the people. Now, we are here to express solidarity and unity and love and respect for every one of our friends, our family members, our loved ones, our fellow Brits who voted leave. We respect that. We do not believe that for 1 minute they signed up to that narrow worldview that Theresa May has chosen. Small government, narrow public services, isolationism, getting rid of what she refers to as the green crap and pulling us out of the single market. We are opposed to that worldview. She does not speak for the 52%. She barely speaks for 5%. We want to stand as a united country that says a better way forward is possible, a better way possible is necessary. And I want you to look at those signals of hope around the world. I look at Justin Trudeau and the North Atlantic. I want you to remember, on the other side of the North Sea, our friends in the Netherlands, the Dutch are so liberal, they've got 2 liberal parties and they both won and saw off Geert Wilders in the process. So believe that another outcome is possible. Believe it is possible, because it is. And I want to just finally say this. Why am I here today? For all the reasons I've set out. Honestly, I am here because of my kids. Because all of you and all of us in the next 20, 30 years will need to look our children and our grandchildren in the eye. And I want to be able to say to them, I did everything. I did everything possible to keep this country open, tolerant and united. And I want to say that I did everything and that we won. And that we won. We are not giving up. This week of all weeks, some people will look at Donald Trump, at Brexit, at Le Pen, and this week of all weeks, as Article 50 is signed, where they may despair. They would have every reason to despair, but we here are testament to the fact that we refuse to despair. We have had it up to here with despair. Our view now is that Britain can be better than this. Believe that the people can decide on the outcome of the deal. Believe that Britain can be better, because here's the good news. The future has not yet been written. We are here together to declare that we wish to write it. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tim Farron.